Pro Wrestling Talk, Blitzball champ Jason Ingram. This is my review of WWE SummerSlam 2021. Oh my goodness. Just finished it. Yeah. I don't expect this to be long, but yeah. So there were 4 title changes tonight at SummerSlam. 4. But let's go ahead and go through this. Did have a pre-show match, turned out to be Big E versus Baron Corbin. Of course, Baron Corbin, a few times, tried to get the Money in the Bank briefcase to run out of the match. Didn't work. Big E was able to hit the big ending on Corbin. Gets the 1, 2, 3. And was able to get his Money in the Bank briefcase back. So it's now back in the possession of Big E. No longer in the hands of Baron Corbin. Then the first match on the main card of SummerSlam, which, by the way, SummerSlam took place in Las Vegas, Nevada at Allegiant Stadium, the new Las Vegas Raiders Stadium. We had the Raw Tag Team titles on the line as AJ Styles and Omos defended against RK Bro. Pretty much, the match started off pretty one-sided with AJ and Omos dominating, but it was only a matter of time before Randy Orton got in, and pretty much once he got in, after a little bit of time, eventually was able to hit the RKO on AJ Styles and the 1, 2, 3. And your first title change, RK Bro, are your new Raw Tag Team Champions. Not surprised. Not surprised. I wasn't really hyped about this match, but it doesn't surprise me that RK Bro won. Being that they just reunited, it doesn't surprise me that they won. But had a backstage interview with Mario Lopez, so that was pretty interesting, I guess. But yeah, first title change. RK Bro, your new Raw Tag Team Champions. Next, you had Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie, which is one of the matches that I honestly don't even know why this was even on the SummerSlam card. This, realistically, if they were going to do this, this should have been the pre-show. This should have been the pre-show. But no, this was on the main card. Of course, Eva Marie was trash, as expected, in the ring. Kept taking Lily. Smacked Alexa Bliss with it a few times, but yeah. Alexa Bliss was able to get the victory, thank God, because if Eva Marie would have won, folks would have rioted. Which she didn't have any business having a match on SummerSlam anyway. But Alexa Bliss got the victory. Then afterwards, Doudrop got on the mic and was like, and the loser is Eva Marie. Took her pink robe, put it on, talked to the hand or whatever, and just left Eva Marie there. So I don't know if this is going to eventually lead to the split of Doudrop and Eva Marie. I hope so. I really hope so. But yeah, a waste of a match, honestly. But yeah, Alexa Bliss beat Eva Marie. We had the United States Championship on the line as Sheamus defended against Damian Priest. Now, I will admit, this was actually a decent match. I'll say that this was a decent match. I was hoping that maybe it would, but it turned out to actually be a decent match. And sure enough, second title change happens. As not only did Damian Priest end up ripping off the mask of Sheamus, I mean, he gave him a South of Heaven choke slam, did his running suicide dive, which I thought was pretty cool, but I don't think Sheamus was in good position to really take that. And it looked like, I thought Damian Priest may have hurt his tailbone or his sciatica doing that, but thankfully he was okay and was able to finish the match. But sure enough, was able to give Sheamus the reckoning, gets the 1-2-3, and Damian Priest is your new United States champion. So, he's been your NXT North American champion, and now he's your WWE United States champion. He also got interviewed by Tiffany Haddish backstage. But, yeah, big SummerSlam win for Damian Priest. Came off a big WrestleMania victory, him and Bad Bunny. And now turn around, he gets a big win at SummerSlam. But I did think it was a decent match. We have the SmackDown tag titles on the line as the Mysterios went up and challenged the Usos. Honestly, I really didn't care that much about this match because we've seen this match so many times. Whether it was a tag team match or they competed in singles matches against each other, I did not care at all about this match. Double super kick on Rey Mysterio, another Uso splash. Usos retain the SmackDown tag titles. But like I said, I was not invested in this match at all because we had seen it so many times on SmackDown and on other pay-per-views and such. I hope this rivalry's done, to be honest with you. And then you had the biggest, dirtiest, trashiest moment of the night happen. The SmackDown. Oh, hold up. Before I get to that, Rick Boogs comes out, introduces Intercontinental Champion King Nakamura. He comes down. Him, Rick Boogs, they're in the ring, doing the entrance. They go over to Pat McAfee on the announce table and jam with him, and that's it. Literally, that's it. I was under the impression that maybe because it was said that Sasha Banks, there were leaks going around that Sasha Banks was not going to be able to compete. So I was under the impression that they threw the match out and they were going to replace it with an Intercontinental Championship match. That was why I thought King Nakamura came out. But they did that segment and then they just cut right to the intro for Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. So they kept advertising it, knowing we were not going to get Sasha Banks. But yet they kept advertising it all week. So anyway, Bianca Belair comes out. The announcer says, makes the formal announcement that Sasha Banks will not be able to compete. So instead, her replacement, Carmella, which already folks were booing because it's like, really, Carmella? We're gonna get this again? Why is she the replacement? So she comes out. Bianca is pretty disappointed. She gets on the mic. She's very disappointed, but she still looks forward to squaring off with Sasha Banks. And then right before they can get the match ready and started, bam! Becky Lynch's music hits. And out comes the man, Becky Lynch. So Becky Lynch has arrived at SummerSlam. Pretty big pop for Becky Lynch. She's back. She gets into the ring. There's like 3 minutes of just cheers and all three ladies just looking at each other. Carmella looked like she was disgusted. And then Becky Lynch ended up taking out Carmella, beat her down some and ended up taking her out of the ring. And then we have a face-to-face moment with Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair. Becky Lynch grabs the mic and say, "Hey, why don't say you and me blow the roof off of this place, have this match for the SmackDown Women's Championship." And of course, Bianca Belair gives the bring it gesture, signifying that she accepts. Referee rings the bell. Becky Lynch offers a hand for a handshake. Bianca shakes it. Forearm, Uranagi, 1, 2, 3. And in like 6 seconds, Becky Lynch is your new SmackDown Women's Champion. And Bianca Belair has received the Kofi Kingston squash. Wow. Really, WWE? You're gonna seriously do Bianca Belair that dirty? Is this one of your moves to counter AEW's CM Punk acquisition? Huh? Is this what you had in mind? Bring back Becky Lynch, instant title win, instant squash of Bianca Belair, who became champion at WrestleMania. And you have her get squashed by Becky Lynch. A 6-second match. Same thing happened to Kofi Kingston when he went up against Brock Lesnar. And then, of course, he recently got squashed by Bobby Lashley, destroyed by Bobby Lashley. And then you gonna turn around and use Becky Lynch to squash Bianca Belair. 6-second match. A forearm, a Uranagi, 1, 2, 3. 2 moves. And Becky Lynch is your new SmackDown Women's Champion. I don't see how the WWE marks can defend this. I don't see how anybody can be okay with this. And don't get me wrong, I love Becky Lynch. I've met Becky Lynch at GalaxyCon. I love her. I've met her. But this was not right at all. And WWE, y'all have seriously done Bianca Belair extremely dirty. And in a way, you kind of also did Sasha Banks dirty. But y'all had a rising, charismatic Bianca Belair, who was being a great champion and being built up more and more. Was having great matches. She won at WrestleMania after winning the Royal Rumble. And you have her lose to Becky Lynch, who had been gone for more than a year. In her first match, you have Becky beat her in 6 seconds? Somebody make it make sense. That is like Montreal Screwjob level. Or maybe even worse. It's bad enough you had Eva Marie wrestle at SummerSlam, but you're going to have Bianca Belair lose in 6 seconds? WWE, y'all are freaking stupid. Y'all are really, really dumb. We had Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal, and once again, the same thing happens. Drew McIntyre wins. Veer and Stanky come in. Drew McIntyre grabs Angela, his sword, scares them off because we've already seen this 3 or 4 times on Raw. Whoop-de-doo. Nothing different here on SummerSlam. Raw Women's Championship Triple Threat. Oh, man. Nikki ASH versus Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. And sure enough, honestly, I wasn't really invested in this match anyway. But sure enough, Charlotte Flair, once again, a champion, and is now a 12th-time women's champion. Made Nikki ASH tap out to the figure 8. The almost superhero, who was the Money in the Bank winner, and just like that, not even having the Raw Women's title that long, and just like that, back in the hands of Charlotte here at SummerSlam. But hey, that's Vince's golden blonde bombshell. Really can't be surprised at this one. Really can't be surprised. We had Edge versus Seth Rollins. Pretty good match. Pretty good match. This was the one that I was invested in the most. Thought it was cool that Edge came out to part of the entrance to the Brood, rose up from the fiery stage, so that was cool. Not to mention, this show had absolutely no pyro. All the effects were smoke. No pyro. This is SummerSlam, and they had no pyro. This is one of your big 4, and not a single spark of pyro. Moving on, Edge versus Seth Rollins. Good match. I was definitely digging it. Saw a couple of different things. Saw a pedigree from Seth Rollins. Even attempted to do the Phoenix Splash. You had Edge do a spear on the ring apron. Even did the Glam Slam. Tribute to his wife Beth Phoenix. Did the Glam Slam. Did the execution, the educator submission. Something we haven't seen Edge do in a long time. The educator. And sure enough, Edge was able to actually also did a crossface and then eventually turned it into like a bully choke, almost kind of like a just face lock, and actually made Seth Rollins tap out. So Edge gets a big victory here at SummerSlam, and I believe this was the first time we've seen Edge and Seth Rollins wrestle each other. First time meeting. Pretty good match. This was probably the one good match of this card. This was the one good match. So, I was digging it. I was cool with it. You had a segment with The Miz and Johnny Drip Drip talk about the unveiling of the Dripstick 2000. And then you have Xavier Woods dressed up like the Outsiders version of Razor Ramon, aka Scott Hall, equipped with the Dripstick 2000, which is pretty much like a big super soaker with a water tank on his back. Pretty much came up to the ring and squirted the Miz and Johnny Drip Drip continuously with water. And that was it for that segment. Really, really dumb segment. And then afterwards, you had the WWE Championship match. Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg. This was such a terrible match. Such a terrible match. So the match, Bobby Lashley won via referee stoppage because of the damage done to Goldberg's knee. Even when there was a part where he was getting ready to spear Lashley and MVP hit Goldberg in the knee with his cane, and it took Goldberg like 3 or 4 seconds to react to it. It took him like that long to react to the cane shot before he finally clutched his knee and dropped down. So dumb. So of course you know he's not really hurt. And then Bobby Lashley just took advantage. Tried to take advantage. And couldn't get back up. So the referee stopped the match, ruled the winner, Bobby Lashley. So Bobby Lashley retains. MVP slides in a chair. Lashley hits Goldberg in the knee with that chair repeatedly. His son, Gage, tried to get in and hop up on Lashley's back. But Lashley took control of the situation, put Gage in the hurt lock. Couple more hits on Goldberg, and they were out. And that's it. So dumb. But thankfully, Lashley's still champion. Because I would have pitched a fit if Goldberg beat Lashley. So, at least Bobby Lashley did retain. And then the main event was the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns defending against John Cena. Stipulation is if Roman Reigns loses, that he will quit and leave WWE. Honestly, the way this match was going, was really dumb. Roman Reigns was in control for most of the match, while John Cena just kept trying to do quick roll-ups to get a quick 3 count. It was like that was all that he was trying to do, for the first half of the match. 6 or 7 different pin attempts, just roll-up attempts. So dumb. And then the real John Cena finally got in some offense. And even Roman Reigns surviving 3 attitude adjustments. A regular one, an attitude adjustment through the announce table, and even an avalanche attitude adjustment, still was able to kick out. Even there was a segment where John Cena was trying to spear Roman Reigns, mocking him and everything like that. And then again, John Cena took a barrage of Superman punches as well in this match. But sooner or later, Roman Reigns was able to hit that spear and get the 1, 2, 3, and Roman Reigns has defeated John Cena and retains, which I think they said were that this was his 11th successful defense. So somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, Roman Reigns retains. Still your Universal Champion. And then, right at the end, Brock Lesnar's music hits, and out comes the Beast. Brock Lesnar, looking really weird. He had a tied back little mini ponytail and little beard, goatee kind of look. He looked weird. He actually looked really weird. But yeah, he comes out, comes to the ring, has a face-to-face with Roman Reigns. Him and Paul Heyman end up leaving. But it looks like This is a build up to Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. So, Brock Lesnar, Becky Lynch return to SummerSlam. Realistically, I would have loved to see Brock Lesnar come out for Bobby Lashley more than Roman Reigns, but Brock Lesnar's back, and it looks like he's re-signed with WWE. But honestly, y'all, this is one of the crappiest SummerSlams ever. Ever. Like, there was so much wrong with the SummerSlam. Like, the Bianca Belair squash, the fact that Eva Marie had a match, the repeated booking of Jinder Mahal versus Drew McIntyre, the same exact outcome that's been on Raw. You know, wasted matches. The Usos and the Mysterios for like the 5th time. Goldberg with the bad selling botch. Like, it was just bad. It was just really bad. This was not a great pay-per-view at all. Not even close. And really, the Becky Lynch winning in 6 seconds really put a nasty taste in my mouth for this pay-per-view. That pretty much tarnished this SummerSlam. I thought Eva Marie versus Alexa Bliss was bad enough, but the Becky Lynch squashing of Bianca Belair made it extremely, extremely terrible. And I don't see how WWE marks can defend this. Like I said, I'm happy that Becky Lynch is back. I like Becky Lynch. I've met her. But not like this. This is not how you do it. Not how you do it. They could have had Bianca beat Carmella, and then Becky Lynch comes out to help build that up. Bianca and Becky Lynch. But no. They legit did Bianca Belair dirty. And I don't care what anybody says. They did Bianca Belair dirty. I don't care if it was Becky Lynch that returned. They did her dirty. She did not need to lose that title here at SummerSlam. I understand that Sasha Banks couldn't be there, but I would have rather them went with the Carmella match or with somebody else, but she did not need to lose that title tonight. Plain and simple as that. Period. But anyway, I'm hoping NXT TakeOver 36 aces this SummerSlam, because this SummerSlam was trash. Overall, trash. Sheamus and Damian Priest was alright. Edge and Rollins was alright. But that's pretty much it. Overall, this was a trash pay-per-view. One of the worst SummerSlams I've ever seen. But let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Y'all know the deal. Blitzball champ Jason Ingram, thank you for watching. This is another Pro Wrestling Talk with this review on WWE SummerSlam 2021. Hope everybody has a blessed weekend. See y'all soon. Peace.